In today's video, I'm going to be giving you my 1-year review of the DJI Osmo Mobile 2. I'll be going over the pros and cons that I've come across with this device. And if you stick around till the end, I'll be letting you know whether you should pick up this device. So the Osmo Mobile 2 is a smartphone gimbal. Basically, it stabilizes your footage for those who do not know. And as of the date of this video, you can pick it up brand new for around $139, give or take. And I've owned this device for a little bit over a year. So I actually made a cinematic reel with the Osmo Mobile 2. I'll leave a link down below to the original video, but as you can see from the clips here, I was able to get a lot of really cool cinematic shots, and they were all very smooth because of this gimbal. But we're not going to get into the footage today. I want to get right into the pros and the cons of this device, all the things that I have found with it over the past year. Pro number 1, affordability. As I said before, it comes in at about $139. It's starting to get older, so I could expect that price to decrease. But I've seen gimbals on the $200 to $300 price range. And a lot of people aren't going to spend that much money for something that just stabilizes their phone footage. So definitely the fact that this is $139, or the fact you could probably go on eBay and get it for cheaper, is definitely one of the pros of this device. Pro number 2, decent stabilization. Now, obviously with gimbals, they cannot correct every single handshake that comes your way. But as long as you're being careful and you're using it like you would use any kind of tripod trying to get stable shots, you're keeping your hands smooth, you can get some really nice shots with this gimbal. It's not perfect, but definitely for the price, it's got some decent stabilization performance. Pro number 3, battery life. So I think if you go to the website, it says something like you're supposed to get like 10 hours of battery use out of this thing. And personally, I've never gotten to the point where I've had to test it that far because honestly, your phone battery is going to die before you reach 10 hours. So as long as I have this fully charged and ready to go in the morning, I can shoot on this thing the entire day and I never have to worry about the battery. And that's the way it should be, because then I'm more focused on my shot. I'm not worrying about my gear. I'm just worrying about making good video footage. So the battery life on this thing is definitely a pro. Con number 1, Gimbal Setup. Now, I consider myself to be a pretty smart person when it comes to technology, but getting this thing to be set up and to, when it's turned on, to film straight has been such a pain in the butt. Because here's what happens. Like, I'll turn it on, and then I'll be filming, and it'll be tilted just a little bit. So I'll turn the handle so that way it can like straighten out. And I've had so many issues just trying to get this thing to stand up straight and not be crooked to the left or to the right. And then it makes all your footage crooked, so you try to fix it with the handle. And I've had so many issues with that. And it's sometimes have gotten to the point where I just don't bring this with me anymore because I'm literally battling the gimbal to try and get these stable shots. I don't know if that's just me personally. Maybe if you had the same problem, comment in the description. But setting up this gimbal, there are some days where I get to go just like that and I'm fine for the day. And there's other times where it's just not cooperating with me. Con number 2, issues with stabilization. Like I said, there's a lot of things that may cause the video to be unstable while using the gimbal. For example, your focus isn't locked. You may be just shaking the gimbal too much and it cannot stabilize it. But even some like simple running shots where I'm not really shaking it too crazily, there are times where it does this weird, almost like a focus thing, or jitter, or I see the jitter of my footsteps as I'm running with it. And this doesn't happen all the time. There are times where it does happen and times where I get a good stable shot. But the fact that there are these times where it's failing to stabilize, even if I'm, walking at a good steady pace or I'm not going too quick, it's an issue. It's a problem I have and it makes me dislike using it. But like I said, these stabilizers aren't designed to make everything perfect. They're very powerful as they are, but yeah, just some things I've run into. So that brings us to the final question. Should you pick up the Osmo Mobile 2? And I would say yes, because though there are some quirks with it, I do believe it is still a very good device. It's still very powerful. It's on the budget side. It's affordable, and you're able to get some good shots. I definitely think it's something you should still pick up, even with its quirks. Let me know your thoughts and experiences with gimbals for smartphones down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.